Hey, what's up guys? So in this video I want to talk about tips and tricks that you can use to improve the battery life on your Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now before I go any further, I want to just lay it out there. I'm going to show you a lot of things that you can turn off on your Galaxy Watch Ultra to improve the battery life, but you don't have to do all of it, because if you turn off everything, you don't need this watch. You can just buy a fitness tracker. So pick and choose according to your preferences the features that you can turn off or you cannot, and find that middle ground where you get the most out of the battery life on your Galaxy Watch Ultra. Having said that, let's get started. Always on display has a lot of value and looks great on the watch, but it makes no sense to have it turned on all the time. So when you don't need it, turn it off. It will massively improve your battery life on Galaxy Watch Ultra. You can do that by pulling down the quick settings panel and then tapping on this always on display button. This watch comes in only one model, which is the LTE model. So whether you use it or not, you have LTE on your watch. And if you're not using LTE, it makes sense to turn it off. You can do that by going into the settings, then go in connections, and then go in mobile networks. And here by default, it's set to auto. Change it to always off. It's really great to be able to make payments with your Galaxy Watch Ultra. But if you're not doing that, it makes sense to turn off the NFC on your watch as well. So pull down the quick settings panel and scroll until you find NFC and turn it off. Galaxy Watch Ultra has a lot of health features and it can measure a lot of metrics in the background. But the downside of this is that it takes a toll on your battery life. So you can also pick and choose when it comes to the health features. For that, go in settings, go in health settings, and here you can change heart rate from continuous measurement to every 10 minutes or manual. Similarly, you can change stress monitoring from continuous to manual only. You can go in sleep and you can turn off blood oxygen during sleep. You can turn off snore detection. You can also turn off skin temperature during sleep. Scrolling down further this list, you will find auto detect activities. If that's not something you need or you use, you can also turn this off. Now once again, this depends on your preference. If these are the features that you use and you need, by all means keep them on. But if you don't use them, you can pick and choose and turn some of them off, and you will see gains in your battery life. If there are some apps installed on your Galaxy Watch Ultra that you don't use often, you can add them to sleeping apps, and that way they will not be running in the background and consume any battery. You can do that by going in settings, then go in battery, scroll down to find sleeping apps, and here you can add apps to this list. Another trick you can use to improve battery life on Galaxy Watch Ultra is to go in settings, then go in battery and scroll down to find battery usage. This shows you the apps, watch faces, or any other features on your watch that are using your battery. And from here you can see which apps are sitting there and are consuming your battery in the background. You can then go ahead to disable those apps or even uninstall them. As long as your watch is connected to your phone, it will continue to use the Wi-Fi through your phone. So you don't need Wi-Fi to be turned on your watch unless you specifically need it for things like getting notifications even if the watch is disconnected from your phone through Samsung account, or using Find My Phone or Find My Watch feature. But if that's not the case, or that's not something you want to use or you don't see yourself using, you can turn your Wi-Fi off on the watch as well. Whenever you get notifications on the watch, the screen turns on. And every time the screen turns on, it consumes battery. So you can also turn off this setting. So even though you are getting notifications on the watch, the screen is not turning on and it doesn't need to consume the battery unnecessarily. So you can do that by going in settings, go in notifications, go in advanced notifications, and here turn off turn on screen feature. So every time you get a notification on the watch, the screen doesn't light up. This also gives your notifications on the watch some privacy if there are people around you. Touch sensitivity feature increases the sensitivity of the display to your touch, and as a result, it consumes more battery. But if you don't use this feature, if you don't ever use gloves to scroll on your watch, you can turn touch sensitivity off as well. This can be done by going in settings, then go in display, and here scroll down to find touch sensitivity and then turn it off. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the power saving mode on your watch, which is built into it. So you can go in settings, go in battery, and here you will find the power saving option. You can also see what it will do to improve the battery life. It will turn off all the wake up gestures. It will turn off always on display. It will turn off Wi-Fi. It will also limit the CPU performance and background network usage, location, and syncing. And it will decrease the brightness and screen timeout. Now a lot of these things you can do yourself as well separately, but if you just turn on the power saving mode, it does all of this without having you to do all of these things one by one. It also shows you, if you turn on the power saving mode, how much battery you will get. So that's about it from this video, guys. These are some of the tips and tricks you can use to improve the battery life on your Galaxy Watch Ultra.